So welcome back to another episode of the things we want to see in FIFA 20. In this series we aim to showcase the suggestions of the community and what they would like to see in next year's game. Remember, if you enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up for me. Let's get to 500 likes. And if you're new around here and you want to see more episodes in this series, we try and do them every week. So hit the subscribe button today and the notification bell and you won't miss. So as you guys know, this series is community driven. So if you got anything you want to contribute to this series, make sure you leave a comment, or you can send me your lists on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll put the best ones in a future video. So the first suggestion comes from Anthony, and he wants to bring back the crowd animations from last year. So when they would run down the seats when a goal scorer was running close to them, or they would try and avoid the ball. So we're going to test this out. We're on FIFA 18. I'm going to have to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to try and score a goal quickly for everyone. So if you would score, watch the crowd. See how they all group up right there? Like there's 3 or 4 rows. Just run down the seats trying to touch the goal scorer, if that makes sense. And here's another example. As you can see, we score a goal with Sanchez, and as he moves closer towards the crowd, look how they all group up. As you can see, they jump 3 or 4 rows down. And here's another example. We're going to try and score here, and we're going to see if it works in Stamford Bridge. As you can see, look how many people run towards it. That is a good example. You can see there 4 or 5 rows are just standing there celebrating with the guy, which is pretty cool. So we are on FIFA 19 now. I'm going to show you the exact animations when you score a goal. And we score a goal there. If I run close to the crowd, no one moves. No one gets up off their seat. They just stand there. And here is another animation of the crowd avoiding the ball. As you can see, they were ducking a little bit there. I'll probably show it again so you can see it better. So we're still on FIFA 19. This is what happens when the ball goes out into the crowd. If I can chip it, they don't really duck. It just sort of evaporates into the stadium, which is not good. At least last year's game had them ducking a little bit, because that's what would happen in real life as well. They would sort of try and avoid the ball if it was going over the goal. So those were 2 crowd movements that have been removed from FIFA 18 to FIFA 19. Hopefully they can bring them back, because I did enjoy them. Right now, you know, the crowds aren't the best in FIFA 19, and I think they definitely need improving in FIFA 20. So this next one comes from James. He wants to see more third kits added into the game for EFL teams like the Championship and stuff, because sometimes he gets a lot of kit clashes when he uses home and away kits. And I guess this is understandable. It does get pretty frustrating when you have kit clashes. And the only 2 teams in the Championship that have alternate kits is the Hull City team and Norwich as well. So those are the 2 teams. Obviously, there's a lot of other kits EA needs to add into the game as well. I would like to see some more classic kits added into the game again. FIFA 17 was full of them. And they also need to fix up a few goalkeeper kits for EFL clubs as well, because they have generic kits sometimes. So in every episode, I try and feature some league suggestions, and this one comes in from Cosman. He wants to see the Romanian League 1 added into FIFA 20. Also, Tommy wants to see the Czech Republican League, the Greek League, and the Ukrainian League added into FIFA 20. Now, obviously, with all these kinds of different league suggestions, it's all up to EA at the end of the day. People want to see their own country's leagues in the game. It's only normal to do that, but it's all up to EA to acquire the license if they think that it's worth it. So this next suggestion comes from and he wants to see players slipping when it's raining. So I can't show you it in FIFA, but I can show you it in PES. So this is a rainy game during a PES match, and I'm not talking about the ankle breaker slide that you can do in FIFA. I'm talking about actually falling over when it's just a wet pitch. So we've got Pogba here, and as I fast forward it a little bit, you can see Pogba's running on the wet surface. He changes direction a little bit too quickly, and he loses his footing, and he just falls on the floor right there. This is pretty cool, because in the real world you do see the players falling over a little bit when it's wet weather. And I think that would be a nice little bit of realism in a FIFA game as well. If you missed it, this is a second look at it. As you can see, he just sort of slips and he falls on the floor and then gets back up. This next one comes from Daniel. He wants to see Irish League stadiums in the game. Now, I believe these stadiums are pretty small, well under 10,000 capacity. But I guess the more licensed stadiums, the better, because the generic stadiums do get on my nerves a little bit. But also with stadiums, I think they need to benefit the majority of players as well. Maybe some stadiums from the Italian leagues and the Bundesligas would be a bit better for the majority of people, but I guess people from their own country would like to see their own stadiums in the game as well. The next suggestion comes from Andre, and he wants to see the realistic Bayern Munich entrance. So this is the entrance when they walk in to start a match, and he says in real life they enter from the middle of the stadium, but in the game they still enter from one of the corners of the stadium. So we're going to take a look now, and I'm going to show you what he means. So I know it's not the best image, but this was the best one I could find online. As you can see though, the Bayern Munich players and the other team come out from the middle of the stadium where the substitute benches are, and they line up there, do the anthem and stuff like that. And that is what's supposed to happen in the game as well, but let's take a look at what actually happens in FIFA 19 at the moment.
Arena, and Alan Smith enjoying the view as much as me, Martin Tyler.
So as you can see in FIFA 19, the players are not coming out from the middle like they would in real life. They're coming out from one of the tunnels on the corners of the stadium. And a lot of people have been complaining to EA. If you go and look on Twitter, there's a lot of people sending screenshots to them because Bayern Munich is a pretty high profile club and people want to see authenticity for this club as well. Hopefully they can fix that. I think there's a few other issues with other stadiums as well, like the Fulham one, where the players come out of the middle instead of one of the tunnels on the side. So there's a few things that EA need to fix up in terms of team entrances. Next up, we have a few more suggestions from Tommy. His first one is to have more teams in the rest of the world category. This year, I didn't think the rest of the world category was that bad. I think there's a decent variety. There's some good Russian clubs in there as well, despite losing the Russian league. Not sure if that's coming back next year, but obviously more licensed teams can't hurt in the rest of the world category. If EA can't actually add their leagues in, the next best thing is to put the best teams from that league in the rest of the world category. And also, I don't play tournament mode myself where you create your own tournaments, but Tommy does, and he says he would like an adjustment to tournament mode. He says if you decide to play each team twice, then all the fixtures are played between August and December, and he said that this is annoying because you have to play multiple games a week, which leaves your players fatigued. Now, when I tried tournament mode, I had to have a game like every 3 days, which of course fatigued the players, especially if you're using the same squad. And a full league in tournament mode with 20 teams where you played each other twice actually went for like 4 months. It started in August and finished in December. So I think what Tommy wants is for EA to stretch out the tournament a bit longer so it acts like a normal Premier League season where you go from August to maybe April, May the year after. So I don't know why EA cut it short so that it ends on December, because the shorter the tournament, the more matches you have to play each month, which of course affects your fatigue. So I guess that's what he's trying to say. But I don't really touch tournament mode myself, but maybe a few of you guys do, and maybe you have the same frustrations with it. This next one was suggested by Ungel, and he says managers should have coaching traits and their teams should play depending on their traits. So I'm guessing he means maybe for career mode where you can pick your own manager, maybe you can pick your own traits as well, but I guess he could also mean in terms of the managers in FIFA 19 for AI clubs. So let's say you're versing a licensed manager in FIFA 20, like a Mourinho, maybe he'll be more likely to park the bus with his team. If you're versing Klopp, maybe it'll be more attacking, just stuff like that. This next one is a suggestion from Yoyok, who wants to see adaptive AI. He says adaptive AI, where the AI learns the way you play and it adapts to your skill. Now, I think this was a unique selling point in PES 17. I'm not sure if PES 18 or 19 had it. I haven't played PES since maybe last Christmas, so it's been a long time. But this is how Konami advertised it back in PES 17. It says adaptive AI. For the first time in a soccer game, the AI will learn how you play, listen to your strategy plans, follow your advanced instructions, and change tactics accordingly. Pass to a star player often, the opposition will double up on him and mark heavily. Like to constantly play down the wings, players will cover their fullbacks to make you think twice. The AI will also adapt its attacking tactics, so if you are intercepting the opposition's long passes, it will change to a short passing game. Player and team behaviour has always been a staple of the PES series, and in PES 17, adaptive AI will change sports games forever. And basically the way it worked is if you were abusing a certain player, like maybe Messi down the line, cutting inside, trying to get a shot off, if you did that multiple times, the AI would start noticing that you did that multiple times and then would start doubling up the defenders every time Messi got the ball, sort of to stop you from cutting inside and trying to get a shot off again. Currently in FIFA career mode and maybe FIFA 19 in general, it feels like you can use the same mechanics over and over to beat the AI. Basically, all you have to do is use pacey players, play through balls, play balls over the top, and you can get shots off and stuff like that. But I think adaptive AI, if they implement it properly, would be able to make it a bit more of a challenge, make you have to use different ways of playing throughout a game as the other team figures out the way you're going. So that is the end of today's list. I thought I talked about a few interesting concepts in today's video. Thanks to everyone that contributed. If you want to contribute for a future episode, make sure you leave